Hello, what is up? My name is Sapphire. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a foundation wear test, and it's kind of late in the day, but I stay up pretty late, so I should still be able to get a decent amount of wear time out of it. But it is 5:23. So yeah, kind of late in the day, but whatever. But the foundation that I'm going to be wearing today is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. This was actually gifted to me by a friend because she had ordered the wrong shade, and for whatever reason they didn't let her return it, but she gifted it to me, so I want to say thank you to her for being so generous. And I'm going to be comparing the color of it to my other foundations that I use because it looks kind of warm, but I went to the website and the Fenty foundation that I use was actually the one that they compared it to on their like little comparison chart thing. So we'll see how well it matches me compared to my Fenty one. But this retails for $36. I know I'm super late to this foundation, but I'm really excited because I've been wanting to try it. So it says it's vegan, cruelty-free, talc-free, paraben-free, oil-free, fragrance-free, and alcohol-free. Description: Meet Your Hue foundation. Meet Your Hue vegan and cruelty-free foundation. Natural matte finish. We'll see. Medium to full buildable coverage. Skin-like feel. Available in 42 all-inclusive shades. 6 different complexion categories: fair, light, light medium, medium tan, dark and deep. Each category features 7 different foundation shades, and you get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for most foundations. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is compare it to my other foundations that I use that match me perfectly undertone-wise. Just shaking them up. Alright, so here, got my finger all in it. Here we have my Fenty foundation, which is my perfect match. It matches me perfectly. This is the e.l.f. foundation that I use that I really love, the Kat Von D True Portrait foundation, and then this is the Dose of Colors foundation. It looks like it might be okay. It's definitely more warm than the other ones. I know it's kind of hard to tell because my lighting is garbage, but it's definitely warmer than the other ones. So we'll see how that looks when I decide to put it on my face. So yeah, I will be applying it with a brush because that's just what I've been loving lately. So okay, so right off the bat, it's like it's thick, but it's not like super thick. It still runs. It doesn't just like plop onto the palette. That was 1 full pump, by the way. So I'm gonna start by dotting it all over my face. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot warmer than what I usually go for, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal, especially once I add my concealer and stuff. It does have a scent, but it doesn't smell like anything in particular. It just kind of smells like the way foundation smells, if that makes sense. It seems to be blending out pretty nicely, actually. Oh, also forgot to mention that yes, my face is primed already. I used the e.l.f. Jelly Pop primer, and I've been really liking that primer. Right off the bat, it actually doesn't look bad. Like, the undertone of it doesn't make me look too orange or anything, which is sometimes can be a problem with really warm toned foundations that'll make me look super orange. This one doesn't do that yet. It could, oxidize, and once it dries down, it could look a little different, but right now it looks, wow, it looks really, really, really good. It's not settling anywhere. you know, some foundations, you put them on and right away they'll settle into like a spot, or like your dry spots, because I got some dry areas like up here and it's not really clinging to those areas. Ooh, I like a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more to the center of my face just to see how well it builds up. So I just took like a half pump just to add to some of my problem areas. Maybe bring it down my neck a little more. Okay, so yeah, first impressions are good. Oof, I really, really, really love how it looks. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of my face really quick. Okay, so this is what the foundation is looking like after I've applied, you know, my powders and everything. It looks great, first of all. It didn't like oxidize, you know, it didn't dry down darker. It's still sitting about the same that it did when I first applied it, but it's only been like around 30 minutes or so since I applied it, so that could be why. But yeah, so far so good. I'll be checking in a few hours to see if it still looks this good later. Okay, so peace out for now. Okay, so it's been about almost 4 hours since I first applied the foundation, and it's looking pretty good still. I'm starting to get oily just in my regular spots, like right here in the creases of my nose. It's kind of like building up a little in the creases of my nose, which, I mean, it's to be expected. My other foundations do that as well. When I touch my face, it feels kind of sticky, like tacky almost. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's holding up pretty good. Everything on my face, like my powders and stuff, is still there, which is nice because like sometimes I feel like with foundations that slip off right away, you know, that don't hold up against my oily skin, it makes the rest of my face go as well, which is, you know, kind of makes sense because my base is slipping away, so everything else on top goes too, but everything is there, so that's nice. Yeah, I'll probably do just one more check-in at the end of the night before I get ready for bed. But so far, so good. So we'll see how it looks at the very end of the night. Hello, welcome to the final check-in for the night. The time is around like 1:30ish, so I've been wearing this for around 8 hours, which is a normal wear time for my foundations and stuff. So as you can see, I'm pretty oily, which is to be expected. I get like this with my other foundations as well because I don't do touch-ups throughout the day because I can't be bothered. Also, you know, I wasn't going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But yeah, so I'm not worried about the shininess going on right now. I do have a spot kind of here on my head from where I was like scratching, where it's kind of rubbed off a little. But I'm not too concerned with that because, you know, if I'm scratching there, it's bound to come off anyway, you know. It's not super glued to my face. But areas where like I lightly touch my face throughout the day, like down here from like resting my hand and stuff, it's still there. Like it didn't come off in any like weird patches or anything. It still looks really smooth. My skin doesn't look terrible. It didn't really emphasize any texture. It didn't break down weirdly and leave like little holes all over, you know. It's still gripping on to my blush, not my foundation, my blush, my highlight, and all of that stuff. It did kind of gather around here on my nose, which is kind of hard to tell, but that's also to be expected because, you know, the oils from my nose gather there too, so it only makes sense that that would happen. But I'm gonna come in a little closer. You can see that spot where I was scratching that it came off, but still big deal. It's really oily here, but those are my oily spots. But it still doesn't look like bad. It almost looks like just like a regular dewy foundation, you know? I like it when my oils come through like this because it makes my skin look more like skin. I'm not a fan of super heavy, cakey, matte, super matte foundations, just because, again, I like skin to look like skin, and this makes me look very, even though it makes me look shiny, it makes my skin look like healthy almost. So yeah, that's not a big deal for me. It held up great throughout the day. And I even had to go out, you know, get some groceries, and I had to wear a mask, and it didn't come off too much from that either. So yeah, definitely a thumbs up, and I might have found my number 2 favorite foundation, because Fenty will always have my heart. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!